Support for this podcast comes from St. Alphonsus Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinics, with physicians, physical therapists, and trainers who treat sports and performance-related injuries, with locations across the valley. More information on services and locations at stalphonsus.org/stayactive.
Idaho is a big state, and it covers a lot of territory. Idaho Matters wants to take you to every corner of the Gem State by visiting all 44 counties, and we need your help to do that. Email us your story ideas at idahomatters@boisestate.edu for our new series we're calling Idaho 44. And be sure to join us each weekday at noon and 8 on Idaho Matters and travel the state with us.
From Boise State Public Radio, this is The Connector. It's Idaho's Daily News. Good morning. I'm George Prentice. So what do we have going on today? Well, two men facing criminal charges for allegedly illegally voting in Ada County. We've got a story on that. Governor Brad Little says the Idaho State Police have completed its first transfer of what he referred to as, quoting here, dangerous illegal alien criminals. Those are the governor's words. We've got that story for you. And then the 7th annual Boise Soul Food Festival kicking off this weekend. It is Friday, the 8th of August. Here we go. Two men are facing criminal charges for illegally voting in Ada County. Julie Lucatard reports.
One man allegedly registered and voted as a non-citizen. The other is charged with casting a ballot while still on felony probation. Secretary of State Phil McGrain says they were found as part of an ongoing statewide effort to check voter registration rolls, prompted by an executive order by Governor Brad Little.
These cases represent people who registered unlawfully and participated at some point in a previous election. It wasn't the 2024 general election, but at no point has there ever been any tampering or access to voting equipment or machines in the state of Idaho.
McGrain says a handful of additional cases of illegal voting activity have been found during the statewide review, and more charges will be announced in the next few months.
It's not very many, so when you think of we might get to 10 total out of over 1 million registered voters, so it's very rare.
McGrain added there were also no signs of illegal voting conspiracies.
These are isolated incidents.
Illegal voting in Idaho is a felony. Julie Duqueta, Boise State Public Radio News.
Governor Brad Little says the Idaho State Police completed its first transfer of what he referred to as dangerous illegal alien criminals to an unidentified ICE detention facility where the three will await deportation. Governor Little referred to the people being targeted for deportation as, quoting here, people who pose the greatest danger to Idaho families. Meanwhile, at an ICE facility in the central Washington community of Yakima, law enforcement is investigating a case of arson targeting that ICE building. Johanna Bejarano is with Northwest Public Broadcasting.
According to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, someone threw a rock through an ICE office window in Yakima. A fire was also set at the back of the building. Here's Captain Jeremiah Steele with the Yakima Fire Department.
They're not linked at this time besides proximity and timing. Doesn't mean that they aren't related. They could be, but there has been no evidence found at this time that they are related.
Steele says there is a suspect in the arson case. I'm Johanna Bejarano reporting.
This week, we have been reporting on Idaho losing OBGYNs. It's believed that Idaho has 35% fewer since abortion bans have gone into effect. Hannah Merzbach reports on how some are hoping to fill that gap.
One solution is having family medicine physicians deliver more babies. But they don't always have surgical skills like OBGYNs to do things like C-sections.
It's when things go wrong that you want people who have the training and skills to intervene quickly.
Dr. Beth Robitaille says this is why University of Wyoming will now offer a specific OB track to people training to be family doctors in Cheyenne. It's an expansion of a program already working elsewhere in the state. Robitaille says family doctors are especially well suited for rural places.
We are jack of all trades. We call it cradle to grave.
Hospital delivery units are closing due to lack of resources. Robitaille also says the state's abortion bans, currently blocked in court, are keeping some OBGYNs from coming to the state. For the Mountain West News Bureau, I'm Hannah Mersbach.
The 7th annual Boise Soul Food Festival will kick off tomorrow with art, food, music, dancing, and more from a host of cultures. Henry D'Souza tells us what we can expect.
Soul food originates from American slavery, where slaves were given the leftovers of their owners' meals.
Part of what we do is celebrate the fact that our ancestors were able to take what was discarded and make amazing meals out of it.
That's Sherry Baber, CEO and founder of the Boise Soul Food Festival, a grassroots organization.
We have a whole committee of volunteers that help pull this whole thing together. It's quite the feat to make happen.
In the early 90s, the Treasure Valley Multicultural Association started the Soul Food Extravaganza.
It ran really strong as the extravaganza for, I think, probably close to 20 years. And then it lay dormant for 5 years.
Baber started the current festival in 2018. This year, attendees can watch African dance troupes and listen to music like R&B and gospel. In addition to traditional soul food, there will be Hispanic, Thai, and Egyptian food with vegetarian options.
I also believe, though, that every single culture has soul food.
There will also be designated rest and relaxation areas.
If you have kids who are on the spectrum or really get too excited in that environment, we are providing a quiet space in the back of the park where you can go and unwind and kind of relax and then come back to the festivities.
Baber says local sponsors support putting on the festival, but any money they don't use will be donated to the businesses participating in the event.
I'm pretty excited about Soul Food Festival being able to give back to the small businesses.
The Boise Soul Food Festival will take place in Julia Davis Park tomorrow, Saturday, August 9th from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Henry D'Souza, Boise State Public Radio News.
And that is today's episode of The Connector. I'm George Prentice. We will see you back here Monday. To stay in touch with the news between now and then, check out BoiseStatePublicRadio.org or download the free Boise State Public Radio app. And thanks for listening.